Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we will continue following the tearful story of single mother Ly Hoai Ca and police officer Hùng. In this episode, Hùng has officially left Hoai Ca to begin his new assignment. Wearing the police uniform, he carries heavy struggles in his heart between duty and love. In that unfamiliar place, how will his new job unfold? Will he be able to fully dedicate himself to his mission, or will the image of Hoai Ca continue to haunt his heart? Meanwhile, back home, Hoai Ca faces a cruel twist of fate. Yesterday, while going up the mountain with Mother Ha to gather medicinal herbs, she accidentally fell, hitting her head hard on a rock. Blood wouldn't stop flowing, and she slipped into unconsciousness. Old and frail, Mother Ha could only cling to Hoai Ca in despair amidst the silent forest, crying and desperately trying to wake her, but all in vain. On the fragile boundary between life and death, will Hoai Ca survive this peril to return to her little son? And when the tragic news reaches Hùng in that faraway place, how will he respond? Will he come back, giving up his career to save the woman he loves? All these questions will gradually be revealed in today's episode. Stay tuned to see what happens next. On the rugged path covered with dry leaves, Hoai Ca walked behind Mother Ha, learning how to recognize precious medicinal plants in the forest. The air was fresh, the faint scent of grass and trees lingered, but hidden behind that peaceful scenery was countless danger. Suddenly, her foot slipped on a wet rock, her body lost balance, and she fell forward, striking her head hard against a large stone. A dull thud echoed through the forest. Hoai Ca managed only a faint cry before blood gushed from the wound on her head. Her fragile body quickly sank into unconsciousness. "Hoai Ca, my child, wake up!" Mother Ha cried out, trembling as she clutched her daughter's chilling body. Hot tears streamed down her wrinkled face. In panic, with trembling hands, she grabbed herbs along the path, chewed them into pulp, and pressed them against the wound to stop the bleeding. Yet Hoai Ca's faint breath flickered like a candle in the wind, suffocating Mother Ha with fear. The sun sank behind the mountains, darkness spread, and the chorus of insects only made the scene more eerie. Mother Ha fell into despair. Her frail body had no strength to carry Hoai Ca down the mountain. She sobbed and prayed, "Please, Heaven and Buddha, save her, don't take her away now." Meanwhile, at the foot of the mountain, Ha returned from work late and still didn't see his mother or Hoai Ca. The night had already fallen, the house stood empty, and no lamp was lit. Never before had his mother been gone this long. A bad premonition surged inside him. Grabbing an oil lamp, Ha rushed into the forest. His voice echoed hoarsely as he shouted, "Mother! Hoai Ca! Where are you?" The wind hissed through the trees, and only the forest's echo answered. Ha's heart pounded faster, his steps grew more frantic. At last, he heard his mother's faint reply from afar. Without hesitation, he dashed toward the sound. The sight froze him in place. Hoai Ca lay motionless, blood dried across her face, pale as death, while his mother sat on the ground, clutching Hoai Ca's hand with vacant eyes. "Mother, what happened?" Ha cried, his voice shaking. She fell. "I couldn't bring her back. Please, save her." Mother Ha broke down in tears. Ha immediately lifted Hoai Ca onto his back. The forest path was treacherous, stones cutting his legs, sweat soaking his shirt, but he didn't stop. Only one thought blazed in his mind: no matter what, I must bring her home. After what felt like an endless journey, the three finally reached home. Mother Ha hurriedly fetched more herbs from the chest, brewed them into medicine, gave Hoai Ca sips, and applied poultices while praying. Time dragged on painfully. Then, in a moment that seemed hopeless, Hoai Ca stirred. Her eyelids fluttered open. Seeing Mother Ha and Ha by her side, she managed a weak smile. Mother Ha burst into tears of joy, while Ha collapsed onto the floor, panting, eyes brimming with tears. Hoai Ca had escaped the scythe of death, but the fall left a scar of fear deep in all their hearts. At the same time, far away at his new post, Hung received the dreadful news over the phone. His entire body froze, the device trembling in his hand. In the unfamiliar barracks, his heart felt crushed. Would he abandon everything to rush back, or suppress his emotions to carry on with his duty? Love and career, once again, two roads tore apart the heart of the policeman. After Ha and Mother Ha brought Hoai Ca home, gave her medicine, and let her rest, her condition gradually stabilized. Hoai Ca slowly opened her eyes, glancing around the familiar room. Though still dizzy, she could already move and speak. Mother Ha breathed a sigh of relief, her trembling hand brushing through her hair. "Thank goodness, you've woken up. I was worried sick. If something happened, how could I ever face Hung?" Ha sat beside her, still tense. He pulled out his phone. "I'll call Hung right now. He has to know about this. He entrusted you to us, and now something this serious happened. How could we hide it from him?" Hearing that, Hoai Ca startled and weakly raised her hand to stop him. Her voice was frail but determined. "No, don't call him. It's just a minor injury. If he finds out, he'll surely abandon his work and rush back. I don't want that." Mother Ha gazed at her, eyes full of both sorrow and guilt. "But child, Hung may be far away, yet his heart is always with you. If he learns you are in danger and we never told him, isn't that deceiving him?" Hoai Ca shook her head, tears welling at the corners of her eyes. "I know him better than anyone. He made the choice to go, his career, his duty, his lifelong dream. I can't be the burden that drags him back. It's just a small wound. With a few days of medicine and your herbs, I'll be fine." "I mean it." Ha frowned in concern. "But what if there are complications? Shouldn't I take you to the hospital, just to be safe?" Hoai Ca clasped his hand, forcing a faint smile. "Brother Ha, truly, I'll be okay. I can feel it in my body. All I need is rest and regular medicine. Please don't worry too much." Mother Ha still fidgeted, torn by the promise she had made to Hung before he left. But seeing the resolute look in Hoai Ca's eyes, she could only sigh softly and nod. "All right, if that's what you want. But promise me this. If you feel more pain or notice anything unusual, you must tell me immediately, understand?" Hoai Ca gave a slight nod. Inside her, emotion surged, longing for Hung, wishing for his protection, yet also knowing that love is not only about holding on, but also about letting go, so that the one you love can walk the path he has chosen. Outside, the night wind slipped through the cracks of the door, swaying the flickering oil lamp. No one spoke further, only silence remained, heavy with thought. Faced with Hoai Ca's firm words, Mother Ha reluctantly agreed not to inform Hung. She chose instead to quietly keep Hoai Ca at her home for a few days, tending to her, applying herbs to help the wound heal faster. To ease Hoai Ca's mind, she even brought Tony over so the boy could stay close to his mother and also give her more emotional strength. Those days passed in warm care. Mother Ha cooked porridge, prepared herbal medicine, and didn't let Hoai Ca lift a finger. Tony was obedient, running around the yard, sometimes carrying a small bowl of porridge inside, his childish voice chirping. "Mommy, eat this so you'll get better and come home with me, okay?" Just hearing that made Hoai Ca's heart melt. She was touched, yet also felt guilty for making her son worry. After 3 days of rest, Hoai Ca's health improved significantly. The wound on her head had dried, leaving only a slight ache. That morning, she quietly tidied up a bit, then sat down beside Mother Ha. Mother, I feel much better now. I plan to go home today and continue with my work. Hearing this, Mother Ha was startled, her face showing a trace of worry. You've only just recovered a little. I won't feel at ease if you go back alone. Why not stay a few more days, just to be safe? Hoai Ca smiled gently, her tone soft yet resolute. Don't worry. I've long been used to taking care of myself. Before, I lived alone and managed just fine. And now, I won't be alone, because I have my foster mother, my aunt, and Tony. Everyone visits often. I won't feel lonely. Mother Ha still hesitated, her eyes filled with affection. But if something happens and Hung finds out, how could I explain it to him? Hoai Ca clasped her hand, her gaze earnest. I promise I'll take care of my health. If anything unusual happens, I'll tell you right away. And you can come visit me anytime. I'll also come by to see you often. Truly, don't worry too much. At these words, Mother Ha finally sighed and nodded. She knew that Hoai Ca was not only a strong woman, but also very determined. She had no choice but to let her go, though her heart couldn't shake the lingering unease. Before leaving, Hoai Ca hugged Mother Ha tightly, her voice choked. Thank you, Mother. Without you, I wouldn't have survived this. I'll always remember your kindness. Mother Ha gently patted her back, her eyes red with tears. Silly girl, I see you as my own daughter. Be careful on the road, and please take care of yourself. Don't let me worry again. Hoai Ca nodded with a smile, holding Tony's hand as they bid farewell. Their figures slowly disappeared down the village path, leaving Mother Ha standing there for a long time, watching, her heart torn between relief and a vague worry she couldn't name. After spending several days at Mother Ha's home to recover, today Hoai Ca's health was finally stable. That morning, after sending Tony off to school, she returned to her familiar daily work. Gentle sunlight filtered through the leaves, a cool breeze passed by, and the peaceful scenery calmed her heart. Today, the avocado garden behind the house was in full harvest. Shiny green fruits, plump and heavy, hung from the branches as if waiting for her hands to pick them. Hoai Ca prepared her basket and carefully reached up to pluck each fruit. Her hands moved swiftly, though her face still carried a distant, wistful look. Each time she lifted her gaze toward the deep blue sky, her heart tightened with thoughts of Hung. She whispered softly, as if speaking to herself. Hun, I wonder if you're doing well where you are now. After filling her basket, Hoai Ca brought the avocados home. She washed them, cut each one open, scooped out the golden flesh, and placed it into the blender. The steady hum of the machine blended with the rich aroma of avocado, filling the small kitchen. She carefully added a bit of milk, a touch of sugar, then poured the creamy drink into cool, inviting glasses. Looking at the row of green smoothies, Hoai Ca smiled. Life still held many hardships, but it was these simple tasks that gave her joy and the strength to carry on. At the market that day, Hoai Ca's little stall was filled with laughter. Villagers stopped by, praising the creamy, fragrant, refreshing avocado smoothies. A few familiar customers sipped and exclaimed, "Your smoothies are so delicious, Hoai Ca. Every glass is perfect, so refreshing in this summer heat." Hearing those words, warmth spread through her chest. Her smile grew brighter, and her eyes sparkled with joy. Yet when night fell, after the market had quieted, she returned to her small home with Tony, and the ache of missing Hung welled up once more. She knew she had to keep herself busy, to live well, not only for her son, but also to ease the emptiness in her heart. Work, the smiles of others, and her love for Tony were the very things that helped her endure the long days of separation from the man she loved. After a long journey away from home, Hung finally arrived at his new assignment. With only an old backpack on his shoulder, his heart was heavy with longing for Hoai Ca and Tony. Though it had only been a few days since they parted, the emptiness already tore at him. What weighed on him most was that neither of them had a phone. They couldn't send a single message, couldn't even hear each other's voices. Each night, he could only bury the ache inside, telling himself he had to work hard, save enough money to buy a phone for Hoai Ca. Just imagining the day he could see her and Tony on the screen gave him a sliver of hope. At the unit, Hùng was taken straight into the meeting room. His superior and colleagues were already seated, the atmosphere solemn. The superior rose, his tone firm but warm. "Welcome, Comrade Hùng. This district still has many complex issues. I hope you, along with the other two new comrades, will quickly adapt, understand the situation, and support one another. In this unit, we are like brothers. If there's any difficulty, speak openly." Hùng stood at attention, his voice steady. "Sir, I pledge to carry out my duty to the best of my ability and not betray your trust." After the meeting, comrades came forward to shake hands and greet him. One smiled warmly. "You must be the new one, Comrade Hùng? If you face any trouble, just let us know. We'll help." Hùng replied, a little embarrassed. "Actually, I need to find a place to stay. My means are limited, just a small, cheap room will do as long as I can rest." At that, some exchanged glances before one spoke up. "In that case, don't worry. I know a couple working overseas. They built a big, spacious house, but it's empty now. They asked me to look after it. Too many rooms for me alone, it's quiet and lonely. If you don't mind, come stay with me. Take one of the rooms. It's roomy, comfortable, and won't cost you a thing." Hùng hesitated, shaking his head. "Such a big house, if I stay there, wouldn't it be inconvenient? I only wanted something small, just enough for a bed." His comrade smiled, his tone decisive. "Not at all. The place is too empty, having someone else there will be better. You're new here, don't know anyone yet. Living together will be easier." Hearing the genuine kindness, Hùng finally nodded in agreement. That afternoon, he was led to see the house. Standing before the large iron gate, Hùng couldn't hide his surprise. A spacious two-story home, painted bright, with a wide courtyard and a lush garden on the side. Inside, the furniture was tidy, every detail neatly arranged. His comrade opened a room upstairs. "This one's empty. Move in. I'm right next door, so if you need anything, just knock." Hùng set his backpack down, his eyes a little misty. He turned and said, "Thank you truly. I'm afraid I'll be a burden." The other waved it off. "Nonsense. Think of this as your own home." At last, Hùng arranged his few belongings, a handful of clothes, a notebook, his worn police cap. The wide room looked bare with so little inside. That night, he opened the window and sat against the sill. The moon hung bright above, the night wind blew and cold. Hùng murmured softly as though speaking to Hoai Ca. "My love. Tony, wait for me. I'll buy that phone soon, so I can see you every day. Being apart from you drives me mad." In that large but silent house, only the lonely figure of the young policeman remained, preparing to begin a new life in a strange land, without Hoai Ca by his side. That night, both Hoai Ca and Hùng tossed and turned, unable to sleep. At home, Hoai Ca sat by the dim oil lamp, quietly holding Tony in her arms. Her eyes gazed far into the night sky outside, her mind filled only with Hung's image. She knew that from now on, the road ahead would not be easy. Raising her child alone, working and battling the ache of longing had never been simple. At his new post, Hùng lay on a bed that was spacious yet empty. The moonlight streaming through the window cast a cold glow, making his yearning for Hoai Ca all the more intense. He closed his eyes, but his heart still ached. After all the hardships they had endured, they once thought they could finally live peacefully together. Yet, because of duty, responsibility, and financial burdens, they once again had to part. Though separated by distance, in that same moment they shared the same longing. Both wondered, would the miles between them be enough to tear their love apart? Could their love overcome the challenges yet to come? And above all, with Hùng so far away, would Hoai Ca remain safe, or were there still cruel trials awaiting her? All of it remains a mystery. Stay tuned for the next episode to find out what happens next.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Hôm nay thì mình tiếp tục đưa đến với mọi người câu chuyện tình yêu của mẹ đơn thân Ly Hoai Ca và cảnh sát Hùng nha mọi người. Như mọi người đã biết thì mẹ đơn thân Ly Hoai Ca hôm vừa rồi với bị thương trên đường lên núi hái thuốc để học cây thuốc với mẹ của Hùng. Và cô thì hiện tại đã khỏi rồi và cô đã quay lại với cuộc sống bình thường, đi thu hoạch. Hôm nay thì cô ấy đi thu hoạch quả bơ để có thể làm sinh tố bơ, mang những ly sinh tố bơ thơm ngon ra ngoài chợ bán. Còn Hùng thì hiện tại anh đã tới làm việc ở nơi mới rồi, thì liệu cuộc sống tiếp theo của Hùng và Hoài Ca sẽ thay đổi như thế nào khi cả hai đang yêu nhau và ở cạnh nhau, bây giờ phải cách xa nhau 130 km và rất khó để có thể gặp lại nhau. Vậy liệu tình yêu của họ có tiếp tục được hay không, hay là sẽ bị chia cách bởi khoảng cách địa lý? Hãy cùng đón xem ở tập tiếp theo để biết thêm nhé mọi người.